I first met Ted and Ann Kasevich 7 years ago, back in 2010 after we moved in across the street. And at the time, they were just two very kind and dear neighbors, the best kind there are to have. I knew they lived where they did because their daughter who had passed was buried across the way. I'd see them both walking back from the cemetery sometimes. Looking back, I wish it hadn't taken me so long to ask about her. Because oh my goodness, Cheryl Kloset, what a beautiful person she was, and what a gift she gave the world by spending her 35 years of life the way she did. From the time she was little, Cheryl would just excel at everything she did. She was a rodeo queen, valedictorian, played on the UNLV women's basketball team, received her master's degree in English and then later a degree in law. She volunteered her time to coach students at Green Valley High School in mock trial. She was a triathlon. She did it all. Always on the go, full of life and gratitude. In 2005, Cheryl was assigned to the Juvenile Division of the Clark County District Attorney's Office as the sole prosecutor of juvenile cases involving special victims. Teresa M. Lowry, her former boss at the DA's office, once said of Cheryl, "You can teach someone to be a lawyer, but you cannot teach them how to care." Cheryl cared about her victims, her kids, and her cases with intense empathy and passion, maintaining constant contact and providing emotional support of her victims who continued to keep in touch with her until the end. And that is why Ted and Ann now dedicate their lives to the children of Child Haven, to carry on her legacy and fulfill the same mission and values Cheryl held important in her life, and to help change the lives of children. After Cheryl passed, Ted and Ann went to the manager of Child Haven Family Programs and asked how they could help. She stated, "It seems that shoes are one of the things that we at Child Haven go through the most." And that's how Cuz's Closet began. Over the past 10 years, Ted and Ann Kasevich have found a way to personally fund their nonprofit organization. They spend countless hours coming up with different projects they can create and then take to the local farmers market to sell. And with the funds generated from their sales, 100% of the profit goes to purchase shoes for the children at Child Haven. Their first year alone, they provided 2,416 new tennis shoes for the children there. And since then, over 10,000 shoes have been donated. Anne has an entire room of their house dedicated solely to her sewing projects, embroidery projects, and crochet projects. They're absolutely beautiful. And so much love is going into those items. She's made aprons, blankets, kitchen items, all sorts of things. She'll take a request and you name it, she can make it. Child Haven sees over 350 children a month and 1,000 visits between foster children and families. Those are children who, through no fault of their own, have been placed in a situation that's new, scary, and difficult, not knowing what lies ahead for them in the near future. I know for myself it's so easy to get caught up in the day-to-day, raising our families, building our careers, handling our responsibilities. Sometimes we don't take the time to look outside that window and realize just how blessed we are. And then there's Ted and Ann, who went through something I could never imagine going through as a parent. And they chose to take that situation and continue to bless the lives of others in any way they could. And they do this not because they have to, and without much recognition at all. The past 10 years, they've dedicated everything they had, time, energy, resources. All of it has gone to this organization. There's rarely a day that goes by that our little ones don't look out our front window to see if Ted and Ann's garage door is open. Because if it's open, that means Ted's working out in the shop. He'll be out there most of the day, sawing away at something, creating something new. Birdhouses, tables, shelving units. He can make anything, and he loves it too. Ted and Ann Kisevich are the epitome of goodness, grace, kindness, service, and selflessness. Everything they do, every moment they have is a labor of love, and that is rare to find. There's a quote by Margaret Mead that reads, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has." And I wonder if Ted and Ann will ever realize how they've changed the world and how many lives they've touched, the difference they've made, all by doing what they do. It's been 10 years since Kaz's Kloset was founded. 10 years, 10,000 shoes, 10,000 lives blessed. And Cheryl Kisevich's legacy lives on forever.